Well, let's start with the latest on the West Asia conflict. As tensions escalate, US President Donald Trump reportedly held a Situation Room meeting on Tuesday. An Axios report suggests that the meeting was to discuss a massive offensive in Iran. Three sources cited in the report say that it will be wider in scope than the current strikes around Hormuz. Sources say it is to pressure Iran to give in and accept US terms, including Trump's nuclear demands. Trump was joined in the Situation Room by his top national security team, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, among others. Before the meeting, Trump, in conversation with Fox News, warned that he would broaden military strikes on Iran next week if Tehran fails to reach a deal. He identified power plants and bridges as potential targets. The warning came as the U.S. military struck Iran for a fourth day in a row. In a post on X, U.S. Central Command said Iranian missile and drone sites, naval capabilities, and coastal defense systems were hit during the 7-hour wave. Iran retaliated by continuing to launch missiles and drones at U.S. bases and assets in the Gulf region. Iranian state-run television, IRIB, reported that Iran's army and the Revolutionary Guard Corps carried out separate attacks on U.S. targets in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain. The army said it targeted the Al-Azraq base in Jordan with drones. Separately, the Guards said they fired cruise missiles at a U.S. military logistics center in Kuwait. They also struck facilities used by the U.S. Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. One missile carried a biblical message that mocked Trump and his claims that the war has left Iran with barely any munitions. It read, and I quote, "They claim to have destroyed all or most of Iran's military capability, yet they are being slapped around by Iran." End quote. The IRGC has warned that retaliatory operations will continue and that the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until the United States ends its act of aggression. Tehran insists it controls the key oil shipping corridor, which was open to free navigation before the U.S. Earlier, Trump said he was scrapping a planned levy on ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz that he announced a day ago, replacing the fee with trade deals with the Gulf. U.S. has also reimposed a naval blockade on Iranian ports. The number of vessels transiting through the waterway ticked up on Tuesday, with most of them linked to Iranian trade before the blockade came into effect.